Tired, man. Nah, mm-mm. Nah, I got like 3 hours of sleep last night. Peyton, yeah, it was just one of them nights, bro. It was like Peyton kept waking me up, telling me that I was snoring, and I was arguing with her because I'm like, no, I'm not. But I have no real, like, I don't actually know that. I'm standing on business, you know what I mean? Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's crazy because I had never snored, and then I think I turned like 31. It was like the week of my birthday. Peyton like woke me up and she's like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "I couldn't tell if you were snoring or choking." I was like, "Oh man, what the fuck?" All right, let's see here. Good morning. Good morning. Oh yeah, we're streaming on. I was gonna say let's open up YouTube. Where my where did my stream go, bruh? There it is. All right, we're live on YouTube. Who or I think it was Farm Boy maybe, but he asked me whether he should take the cue short last night. We talked about the distance between him and his target, and while it did go a little further, it's exactly in that space that you wouldn't want to be had you did swing this. So I think that was a pretty good decision, but it also leaves us with the opportunity. You got a little day trade here today, right up in this pocket here if we can break up, or maybe we'll see. I mean, that is technically empty space right there. Oh, where'd that come from? Morning, Victor. Alex, we're gonna make that happen, dude. We're gonna find a way, dude. I already did the calculations on how much we'd need to save up between now and then based on the days. That's easy, man. We'll get it done. We're gonna have similar anniversaries though. So I'll let you know when my anniversary is so that you don't ever forget. That's what the bros do, man. Good morning, what's up? All right. More like Pablo. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's the wrong chat. Okay. We're good to go. My sheesh. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. Damn, I look tired as shit. That's all right. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and open this up, see if we can't get some further insight. Now, yesterday we were looking at the cues, wanted to see how they closed. We wanted to see them close obviously green above the candle closes. They were unable to do that. So now we have to be aware that sellers tried to regain control and might be in control as we are opening up underneath 624.15. This could usher in a pullback. Now we can utilize the lower time frame here this morning to I am on TikTok right now, but I'm not. You can only see my face. There's not really any analysis there on my face. But anyway, the cues, not yet. That's crazy. 624.35. There is a pocket of empty space up here. I believe, and this is it's a little risky because you got overheads at 624.85. But I do see a lower time frame trade up to 625.25 or 625.50. Sorry. So if you're a day trader, that is something you could be looking at potentially going into today. It's not the cream of the crop, but because we are opening up underneath resistance, it is imperative that buyers push, right? And that would be, if unsuccessful, if you go back down here to the hourly, or rather 30-minute, this range that we spoke about yesterday, we dipped into. It's a range, not a box. So underneath our pre-market lows, I would be assuming a nice pullback. That's empty space, right? So under here, right? And you could probably sharpen that up on the 5. Look at that shit. That's what I'm talking about right there. Sharpen that up on the 5. Nasty. See that? Ugh. Disgust myself. But you do have quick day trading opportunities on both sides of you, but the factor does remain that we are opening up in range. So if you play it, I think because we're under seller control, there's definitely a little bit of prowess on potential continuation to the downside, but we shall observe because we are in between those two decisions. Yesterday was phenomenal though, so no complaints. Engaging tappers? Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah, good morning, good morning. All right, now, SPY, which was at all-time highs, has quickly lost its footing, right? Opening up kind of in no man's land. If you want, like, where's the structure? The only thing that we have really above us is here. So that's our 24-hour retest target. Green candle, pop. This could be your resting place for the day. We don't have any further information to come to a solid conclusion, so we dive down again. Now, I see this, right? Not super important, but it's what we're underneath. So that's meaningful. 2 hour. Okay, now I'm starting to get a better picture. This was a range. Damn. It's funny how this shit always works as you move down methodically, right? Not just rushing, but looking to answer a question on each time frame. So, clearly, I mean, and this is clear. Outside of 690.20, you could try to tackle the empty space that you left behind yesterday. Floor and target 691.50. I expect that'd be interesting. Now, underneath us, right, we established that as a range, but if you kind of pull this together, same difference, right? So just losing 687.46, I think almost promises, right, because your floor is this top, promises a move down to 685. Now, there's a gap underneath you there as well. So this is a runner. Listen, I had somebody ask me, I got out too early, or This is where you make the plan. You make the plan. I'm gonna if it which right now we kind of have that set up where we look up. But if this was to shoot up, which I hope it does if we're short, right? Quick wick up, empty space. If this was to head back down, you decide to take a short either here or maybe at the top of the box, or maybe you're just straightforward 687.91. You would say, right? I mean, trim one, that's a good play. Trim one. And then gap fill would be trim two. I think because of the empty space underneath that in the most recent price action, you could look for a final trim at 681. So thank you for tapping the screen. All right. So, and actually, now that I'm looking at it this way, preferably it would go up first. I feel like that's a chopper and then a ripper. Yeah, you'll build because you're in a weird place. You're smushed in between two things. So, gap fill should be relatively easy, but after the gap fill, you might build, and that could crush contracts. So be careful. All right, let's take a look at IWM, which was, I mean, kind of ridiculous yesterday. It even provided a move back down. So big rips up, big rip down. The 24-hour, I mean, and this is actually kind of lit because I actually talked about the 50% mark up there. We kind of moved down in here, and that's where it's, yeah, that's where it's at. And one of the things I'm seeing here this morning is sure we might have a little gap fill, but potentially below your pre-market lows, you could short IWM a little bit more straightforward down to 253.56. Now because of all the empty space directly underneath it, you know, if we had some prowess on the volatility side, we could potentially look for more. But that is the most straightforward trade that I see. Now you also are kind of controlled in this move down, right? So this could be potentially building a channel. But let's just keep this straightforward, right? Upside, downside, target one, target two, five, or I keep trying to say 500. I'm a little tired this morning, guys, if you can't tell by my face. Yeah. This music's fucking hard as shit, though, I ain't gonna lie. Sheesh. Feel like I'm making out with an underwater robot or something. It sounds weird. Wow, wow. All right, anyway. Uh let's see here. So IWM, I'm gonna probably be focused on this one. Buenos dias. I'm gonna be focused on this one over the other ETFs this morning. So I decided to ride out with the blind seat bolus Italian from New Jersey with some Q puts because I thought it'd be funny. Oh my god, bro. That's mad funny. uh, uh, that's the funniest shit, man. I'm not gonna lie, I decided to ride up those blind seatbeltless Italian from New Jersey. That's funny. Your spirit animal. That's too much. All right. Oh, okay. So let's go over these individual equities that we've been scraping some bags off of. XYZ didn't really get any much more, but didn't lose anything. So we're kind of in a good position to mark out our lows and let it work, right? Essentially, it kind of looks like this. So I'm looking for 71.35 and 71.88 to break. If we lose, I don't really see a ton of structure other than here. So dropping and filling underneath $70, that move would be implied. Lulu, which is, like I said yesterday, it's getting heavy. It's getting real heavy, and it needs to make a move here. We need to see more of this wick action here. But if we do end up moving, it's kind of interesting that we're moving like this. But if we do end up losing 210, you might need to start looking at a downside move. We're live on, yeah, we're live on YouTube. Damn, I know, is it just YouTube? Sorry, this guy's trying real hard to sound like he's hard as shit, but he is not. Sounds like he's got a fucking suit of arms on. Get out of here. Beautiful. I could use that right now. Yo, Zoe, what's up, my boy? Good morning. What's up, my boy? All right. Yeah, no. All right, Lulu Celsius, which nice, right? Not too bad. Holding up here this morning. Inside of its range, we need to clear the wick, so hopefully we take advantage of any bounce. But man, really, really proud of everybody for sticking this one out, making a bag off of it. I know some of you guys didn't have the greatest experience, but we will refine and get better. But that being said, we have a 4-hour floor we definitely need to hang on to. So there's really not much allowance underneath us. We're gripped. If this box was to fail, if it was to pop out and then get pulled back down and close underneath here or turn red, you should probably play. You could play it with shorter expiration contracts for the cheapski and maybe make a little bag if you're holding anything long, or you could just let it go. All right, Pinterest, which, man, come on. Come on. We're in a great spot. We pulled back a little bit here in pre-market. I don't think anything crazy. In fact, we're kind of holding that cost basis mark. The target ahead of us in the most recent price action is 27.89. We'll see what happens when we get there and how we get there. I had 1 week too short on Celsius. We talked about that yesterday. For a lot of you guys, it might be best to just put an extra week on things. If, but I mean, Ruben, I know that's probably just a technical thing. It happened to me this year, or last year, excuse me, beginning of the year. I can't remember what stock it was. Yeah. Jamia. So far, so good. Still holding, still green. Nothing really to add to this other than we desperately need that 1450 to break. So, yeah, I'll take a look at that. Take your guys' request. It is 8:57. 8:57. Let me do something really quickly here. Hold on a second. Do I still get news post? No, I don't. Hmm. Okay, never mind. I still got Benzinga or something. Yeah, motherfucker creep me out right now, dude. All right, I'm not finding that, so we're gonna leave it alone. What's up? Good morning. All right, if you have anything you would like for me to take a look at, let's take a look at that now. I'm gonna just say one last thing, and I've already said it 3 times, 3 days in a row, but I'm gonna say it again. If you have been making money if your stocks ripped, it might be time to start looking at the wave and whether you need to get off and the wave is about to crash or stop. And it's okay to take the money that you got, which is more than what most people get for the amount of time spent, and wait or start looking for the next wave, the next setups that are based with empty space up above them, whatever that may be. But just throwing that out there for everybody who, if you've seen, even if you weren't a part of it, I want people to be able to hang on to their cash, man. It's killing me. Was that a fucking Gary sound? No shot, bruh. That on my stream. I know what you're talking about. That's fucking lit, dude. That's lit. I love that. Are you serious? Bro, the cats be breaking in. No. Yeah, dude. My cats just bust. I swear to God, I don't know how they do it. They open the door. Yeah, bro, that's Gary in the background, dude. That shit's. I love that shit. Look. He said, me, 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 me. All right, so PLTR looks like it is in need. Oof, a little bit of weakness here, but this is an ultra important level, 187.32. It's getting close to 3 off the top. Okay, so here's what I would do. Center mass, you have to hold 183.67 or you will be back down on the floor. Yo, he's in. How are you tapping so much, dude? I have 10K likes and only 30 viewers. That's crazy. That looks good. Yeah, he's got the fucking Theragun out. Yeah, dude. That shit works though. I ain't gonna lie. 5488 is your overhead target on NTNX. Nutantics. Nutanix? Nutanix? The fuck is that? Boss Potter. Oh god, here we go, guys. Kumain Aka Nik Adobo Kanin Kanina Thomas Bat Gone. Man, that was rough. That hurt me. I ate pickles earlier. The sweetness bat like that. Okay. I'm gonna put you back over there. Ivy, your friends are sending me weird messages about pickles, dude. You know what? I did. How about that? I cleansed it. It's cleansed. All right. I did find out that there's a family of mice living on the on the block on the corner stone of my porch. It's like a little hole that goes underneath it. There's like a den. Little mouse came out. I don't have chickens anymore, dude. They got eaten. Yeah, dude. We had. I got a new rotisserie machine. I didn't know what to do with it, so. Not. I'm just joking. I'm just. No. No. No, oh my God, you guys are demented. No, nobody else can hear this conversation but us. But I got rid of the chickens because I'm pretty sure a combo between a possum and raccoon uh was just like it was a slaughter fest, dude. I couldn't stop it. I tried everything I could think of. Yeah, dude, and it got to the point where like I ended up yeah, it's just gonna sound terrible, but I ended up kicking a possum off of a fence that it was running off of, like into the yard, and that was the only contact I could get with him. Um, but yeah, the I just couldn't keep him safe here. We're in an animal refuge. I can't fucking kill like there's no like hunting or anything like that. So, I just gave him to my Peyton's dad, so that way I could still keep getting eggs, but I don't have the responsibility of taking care of them until I can build them like a Taj Mahal. But also, I'm already overwhelmed with the amount of animals and I mean, they're fucking crazy. But anyway, uh, he says he hates Adobe. Search it on Google, Chef. Oh, it said something about pickles for me, dude. That's Alex's best friend. Otter Doolittle. That's crazy. A raccoon ate my chicken's butt. Okay. Uh, is raccoon like what you call your partner or something? No, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I also lost a couple chicken butts. It was pretty fucked. But yeah, I got tired of fighting them. I was in a war. All right, what else do we got? NTNX one is done. Let's see, Apple down. Ooh, good job. Nice. I know some of you guys swung that down. You're getting real close to glory. Real close. So what needs to happen? You have a rejection point directly up above you at 259.04. Hopefully that serves you well because you are bouncing, and that would be one of the first retest levels. If that's able to be reclaimed or surpassed, it would be the structure up above around 261. So I think right now, oh, and look, you still do have a target lower at 255.93. Yeah. So I mean, look at the 15-minute. You want to see a rejection somewhere up in here. It could, the faster you wick out here, the better it could be for that short. What the hell is on my, oh, the sun is hitting me dead slap center in the middle of my chest. Jacket on, please. What are you talking about? Snow. Sorry, I missed that one. It struggled to maintain 233. Yeah, I totally get that, but I mean, it's not losing anything, and that's probably more important. But I can go to the 4 hour. I can see the floor at 232 or 233, and that could be a start. Yeah. So I mean, I see 232.84 as a start, but you are shorting something that is going up while other things are going down. So either though they're leading or lagging. But he's getting his ass beat, I think. Tesla. That's pretty wild, actually. Fuck. That does not look good, friends. I mean, it does look good if you want to sell, but that's not real. I don't know. It looks like it's about to fucking yank this bastard down, dude. Right now, your first target is still 421. We are Skippy. I'm on YouTube, by the way. I did, yeah. That's crazy. Like people are looking for more opportunities. Wait, I was seeing a lot of money rotating out of Mag 7. Like people, yeah, I'm sure. It's not a lot of confidence in there. All right, AVGO up and down. Damn, Blue, about to give AVGO the business. Okay, I can see why you might say that though, because got a good case for both. So we'll look at that as like a box. Cost basis is 349.80. Your floor is, you know, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. Obviously, the more time you spend not falling, the more wicks you see like this, the higher the probability is that you move up. You got nice empty space up above you there. That would start, I think, at that mark of 329.38, which maybe give you a little bit of an earlier entry. Um, lag. Sorry. Sorry. As you can see right here, yeah, say when he asked me yesterday if I could please stop scamming him. I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. Love scamming that guy. take take the scam. All right. Have you ever heard of a MLM? No, I was kidding. I grew up with an MLM, dude. My mom was a Revlon agent. She used to pull the Revlon card out. Oh, okay. All right, you already know then. Yeah, my mom would pull out a fucking Mary Kay business card like she was the FBI. She was funny. Listen, fam, I like that you're, I mean, yes. So like, yeah, it looks good. Um, if you expand this up a lot, I'm on YouTube, by the way, if you're on TikTok. Why don't I show my charts on TikTok anymore? Because I kept dude, they got me. I don't know how, I mean, how many, I've had 16, I've told you guys this, across all social medias. That comment that I posted in Crash Out, the hashtag comment that I said Ivy did, I did that like a year ago. I forgot about it. And they're going through and like, they just scan my whole social media. I mean, what are they going to do? Actually, they probably do a lot of shit. Let me not say that. Sorry, I just stay inside. And I love life, guys. I love life. All right. So anyway, you got an empty space. Um, But yeah, I just keep getting banned. I can't share my chart. But yeah, you got empty space. You are up against cost basis. You do have 3 bars, right? 3 juicy bars here. So it could be, and I would prefer it to be, maybe even just a retest off of, that's a pretty solid structure right there. So maybe a retest off of this, right? Building a little bit and then getting up into that top. Or, and we know this might be true, right? You use that old box and cost basis and then you build and you break because Kava is pretty consistent with its boxes and its breaks, right? Boxy, breaky, it's pretty fire. Boxy, boxy. So we have that same setup. We want that same setup. So yeah, keep that one on the watch list. All right, it is 9:13. Bull up. Yeah, just in case. Yeah, this is what I was referring to, by the way. Um, This was his post earlier. It's where he says, "Please stop scamming me," just in case everybody was thinking I was being serious. All right, so Bull. I heard somebody talk about this one yesterday. I was a little disappointed in its inability to get through that range and build a box around the 50% mark. But you are actually sitting or getting close to a retest of 827, 825 underneath you. And if you can respond well to said bounce, you might have yourself a IHS or an inverse Head and Shoulders, which again, I don't give a fuck about the name. I do obviously take into account that it's one of the highest probability patterns that does exist, and I still use my strategy no matter what. There's patterns don't tell you anything, like, as far as where you're supposed to get in, where you're supposed to take profit and shit like that. So system prevails, but there is empty space up above us. This would be a perfect part of that play. Pros up. I don't think I really. Yeah, yesterday I said yeah. So I mean, the same thing goes for today, man. You got a little pocket of empty space up to 64.10 that could be accomplished with a break over 63.77 up to that 64.35. Excuse me. It would be a candle close outside of 64.65 that would, I think, set you up for a break of 65.50. Which, yes, to your point, double punchbacks, empty space up above. I do love the setup. The setup is what I do. But I do think that we need confirmation. So yesterday we weren't able to get that. Oh, no way. My bottle is green, so it's like triggering my green screen. That's funny. I'm looking at this, right? See that rejection right there? Pull down, build on top of it, and then right here you retest it. That's where the sellers are pulling hardest. So yes, that would be where I would say that's confirmation to move through this. And then at that point, it would be the imbalance right there at the 50% mark. That would be your first trim target, and so on and so forth. I don't like that at all. Yeah, yeah, I'll take a look at it. Potter, do you trade medical device companies if they have a good setup, guys? I mean, I'm not a big pharmaceutical guy. I don't trade a lot of pharmaceuticals, but yeah. Sorry, I'm running on 3 hours of sleep right now, and a couple middle of the night lectures from Peyton. It's not my fault. I really don't have anything to say on Meta. You have a gap fill up above you. You're still sitting at cost basis. You don't have like empty space above or below. You're waiting on what would likely be a trigger down. Yeah, so okay, maybe. All right, let's figure this out. Okay, so it looks like Meta is actually on the 2 hour, verifiably below this floor, which makes it the Wix and a couple price points down here you need to look for. 642. Remember, if we're looking at it on a 2 hour time frame, there's going to be points that can bounce here that might not necessarily you might not be able to see it on the 24 hour. But anyway, there's a gap up above you, so at a moment's notice, if this thing is unable to hold its lows or makes a lower low, and recovers its pre-market floor, that would be a potential opportunity to the upside. My preference, though, before you go down, is that you go up. So it would be kind of cool to see a nice green candle, wick, and then eat the candle up, close red, and flush it. 30-minute time frame. And on the 30-minute, you actually are on the floor. This is useful. This is helpful, right? So definitely looking at that potential gap fill there. Pins, yes. Elf, no. All right. Now, as you guys know, we've got a heavy foundation on Elf, which we'll be applying some blush to. I'm sorry, we're gonna stop. $88 is the target directly up above us within this channel. This is the third time up against said box, and we are, So you might be guessing or might be anticipating a nice red wick. It's not going to feel good. As long as you have a good average or you're in equity, you should be just fine. You want to see that bounce up and out, and that's acknowledging the potential pullback because we are not gapped up or above where we need to be. So we might need to draw on the volume to get it done. Uh, oh my God. I know I look hella tired right now. Jesus. Brother, I think you might be responsible for 95% of those likes. 23,000 likes, dude. What does your thumb look like? Oh, got a little Arnold Schwarzenegger thumb. Somebody just joined the Discord? If you did, I don't know what they got. Welcome. I'll give you more likes, but I'll tap with something. All right, get this guy out of here. I'm with you, brother. Obviously, I'm banking on the same thing. I really like the 24 hours wicks. I mean, that's strong shit right there. Nice dips down in that candle yesterday really did. So it is important now that we get to moving. And I think that's going to be the hourly chart here, right? We need to stay above. We'll give it a little bit more. 1977 is what I see here. Could see 1961 considering the empty space there. So if you go up, it would kind of be nice to maybe wick down and then push up, head to that empty space up above you. There's a gap down below, so we have to get moving. I looked at all the dates and prices on ELF contracts. They're awful. No volume, wide spreads. Couldn't force it no matter how hard I tried. Nemo, that's the honestly the best thing that could happen to you. We do not want to compromise. No compromising on these positions. Especially with the system, it's just not, it doesn't make any sense to do that. So I would say, that is why I pretty much do equity only. Like I said yesterday, Chad is the only person that I know who has traded ELF contracts and might have insight on how he trades them. Uh, I don't. What's wrong with people? They get crazy in the morning, dude. People be saying wild stuff in the morning, dude. I love you, Potter. I love you too. Thanks. After last night, I could use all the love I can get, man. Nah, Peyton was yelling at me for snoring, dude. I have those. I just didn't put them on. I mean, I got my office. Yeah, but can't she just like deal with it? No, I was kidding. I was just joking. I can't. I mean, she snores sometimes too, and I can't handle it. But yeah. But hold on, I got an argument. When I went to bed last night, she was in the middle of the bed using my pillow. Okay, there was no room for me. It's almost like I don't even exist. Yeah. See? You get it. All right. Anyway, Potter, you go to the Super Bowl. Maybe after the bell. No. Nah. I'm not a big football guy anymore, guys. I gave it up. I gave up football. I'd go to a Super Bowl party. That'd be fun. I eat the food there. It's always busting. Oh, gross. Gross. Potter, I'll give you so much love. We just can't make it. What the hell? All right, comments are going off the rails here. You said what? Yeah. Yeah. Nah, man, I gave up football for archery, dude. I gotta save fucking. Hold on. No, I gotta save Nottingham, dude. Nottingham is in need of liberation, possibly Jerusalem. All right, got to become an archer. Elf, Rivian, Snow. We did, yeah. So we already did that. Anything else? My wife literally beats me when I snore. Jesus, Victor. I'm glad this could be a safe space for you. You're safe here. She can't get you here in the YouTube chat. We didn't do it. We did. I said we shouldn't be shorting. No, but I should get my therapist to listen to these sound bites so she can kind of get a better understanding of what I'm saying to her. 'Cause sometimes I don't think she gets it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, listen, they say these things to me about my feet. They take pictures of me and they put me in Jerusalem touching the wall without my permission. Yeah, dude, I just don't see this being short until 232.85 is lost. And but you're shorting one of my biggest mistakes ever is shorting things that are going up. That's one of my biggest mistakes. Like in the beginning of my trading career, I was a little bear, dude, and I just fucking paused. God damn it, I hate this place. But I straight up I straight up just liked the short side of things and constantly had this vision of things falling and stuff, and that ended up biting me in the ass. And so uh not shorting things until they give you the signal, or like IWM, right? That one was going up. Um but did provide, right, a loss of structure, a three taps off the top, a new high, then a loss, then a floor, then an empty space, then an imbalance. So yeah. All right. Ugh. 4 minutes. Hopefully you guys are managing the end of your trades or whatever. Make sure you have everything marked out where you need it to be. If you are on TikTok or YouTube, I will see you guys at 3. I already have it scheduled on YouTube, so you can go in there and see it. But otherwise, listen, today's what is it, day 2? No, never mind. I take it back. That 253.60 though on IWM is the most straightforward 24-hour target, but that is again dealing with a gap above you, so it might be an up and down day. Be careful and make sure you know you're not a if you're not a day trader, don't be doing that. All right, peace out, y'all. A little cub. There you go. All right, guys. I'll see you guys in the Discord or at 3 on YouTube. Bye. You said hi, NTC. I heard that. Yeah, I got you down. Okay. Let's see here.